All right. Ooh, what did I see? Well, anyway, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know where we're at in the process, but we're back in with another turn. Here, December 26, 1942. Still unloading, but there's going to be an attack going on here today. I don't know if we'll knock him out. I almost don't want him to retreat. I'm not ready, and I'm not in a good position. I just wanted to technically just beat him up while I could, beat him down, and lower the fortification, etc. Our supply level has improved dramatically here in Rangoon, and so we're able to fire off our flak again there. Okay, so he's hitting my aircraft on the ground here. This just makes me. It's a little frustrating, but it makes me chuckle a little bit poor my how poor my accuracy is there. All right, moving on. Okay, so our fleet gets in here, I should say, our small bombardment task force with these heavy cruisers. We're going to have 4 engine bombers. Everything's going to hit this base. So we're going to attack and hopefully make some progress. And by the way, because I'm just hitting and running, 2 poor hits and that's it. Oh, that's terrible. We were just going to bombard and bolt, but this is like very lackluster. Okay, the Tama, which has been bombarding Rangoon daily, is on its way back down. The port is so beat up, he's not even bothering sending it back. What was that? I think I just heard a sub sink. I don't think it's mine. Wow. That kind of threw me off a bit. Hearing that sound, seemingly out of the blue. Come on, this thing in shallow water should be just wrecking it. I don't I don't understand. There we go. I mean, sure, it's just some minor damage. Ooh, we got a direct hit. Okay, never mind. Oh, some more extra damage there. Ooh, damaging fuel tanks. Now that could just be lowering his fuel, which means harder to get back to port, but we want to sink this thing. We don't even want to give it a chance, right? Oh, come on. Well, I mean, these things are 46 miles across, these hexes, so it's possible it got away. But let's see if we heard a sub sinking. It wasn't this one. Let's hear if we sink this one. Well, not yet. So if we do hear one, maybe it's that one. Hey, spotted there south of Japan. All right, we're gonna hit Chiang Mai with, I think, everything we got. I don't even know if anything's there. We saw that there were fighters there, but he may have moved them. It may be old data. All right, he's tired of those troops being there, blocking his path. And here's the beginning of our air raid on the ground troops there at Milne Bay. It is overcast, and we don't do anything visible here, but we are hopefully causing some fatigue. We're the fighter cover you see here is our long range cap over the ships, because I don't want to sit here and we hit a Dina. That's it. So he might have moved his fighters. And it is thunderstorms. It's possible we're just not going to do as well. Well, we're hitting the base pretty good, but yeah, like I said, it's just not getting into the fighters. But if we keep these 3 bases down, he's going to have to fly fighters from Bangkok, or some. Maybe he has some bases, but wow, 28 B-24s, no damage. All right, we brought in these A-20 Havocs to come in here for a low attack, a low ground attack, and I don't seem to see that we're doing a low attack. Maybe because I did 6,000. Maybe you have to be 5. That was kind of a test on my part. I wanted to see what it was before. I think it was 5. We're going to try that next time. In a way, I kind of hope my P-38s don't fly, because since he has nothing capping there's no point in wasting some fatigue. Yep, they go anyway. Whoops. I'm gonna skip through a bunch of this messages because I accidentally hit the escape button, but let's. Oh, that's accidental. Oh boy. No cap there, but oof. That was purely accidental. I thought I switched them. Thought I switched all my planes over to bombing Chiang Mai. That could have been dangerous. So it looks like we've neutralized a lot of these bases up here. I think he's putting aircraft here, which, by the way, I wanted to bomb with my B-17s here this turn, but I think I'm going to fly some sweeps and bomb Manus next. Try to neutralize that base as well. All right, these guys really aren't equipped to fight against these zeros. I don't have the best pilots here. We're just trying to cover Macon while we still unload, and then we can get out of there. Let's just watch this for a minute. It's already kind of a long turn, but we can watch it for a minute and then kind of skip the rest of it. All right. That's enough watching our fighters get trashed. All right, he gets 50 out of 30. Sorry, out of 28, we only take out 13. So that's a shame. But hey, maybe that's some valuable pilots captured as well. Oh, wow, these guys pretty trashed. That should be a walkover. Probably he'll take that out next time. All right, let's see how this goes. We even got some independent companies in on the action. Some Canadians. They didn't want to be home while everyone else was having fun. And of course, we brought in our 30th Australian Brigade. Let's go. All right, this is exactly what I was hoping. Well, not really. Okay, I wanted to reduce the fort. Okay, but I tested the waters. Disruption and experience is low, and it's not saying anything about supply. But I wish we'd knocked down the fort. That's the only downside for what happened. But let's see how bad it was to us. Oof. All right, so very similar casualties. We have a lot more disabled than he does. So we'll split these guys up. I know we can in the division. Well, if we have everyone here, we can. And I don't think we can do anything with these other units. They just have to repair the best they can. The cool thing is, because of all the damage we've done here, I don't know how much supply he has, but he has to use up supply to fix these. We do too, but we're shipping more in. I don't know what his situation is. Let's keep going here. We're bombarding at Tungu, and he doesn't have... I mean, we cut the supply, so whatever we do now is going to just bring these down kind of hopefully unrecoverable numbers. And also we're driving up to knock whatever's here out, and then hopefully really trap these guys up here at that Tungu. I don't think we're gonna take these two hexes, but who knows, maybe we can. If we could take this one, and if we could have some units, we have units here. If we could get units here, I think we could lock him in. All right, so his regiment left, and he does have 2 divisions here. I'm tempted to attack. I know this is Imperial Guards, but we have tanks, and we're going to have the 50th Armored Brigade soon, maybe just in one more turn. We'll get in and kind of dig these guys out. Okay, Lunga, port size 1, great, is now officially a base. Not a dot base anymore. I'm just cycling these subs through. I'm not pulling them all off. That's kind of, I don't want to waste them like that. But as soon as they come back for replenishment, we're taking them off the line and shooting the ones that are ready to go back out. And hopefully we'll have a full complement of subs back out there patrolling. All right, really I only wanted to stop in here and show you the air losses. We lost 11 aircraft. He lost a bit more than that, 19 it looks like. So let's see how this shows up. I don't know what he lost, but we'll say maybe 10 zeros. It's the kind of numbers that I like to see. 4 Dinas, they're destroyed at Chiang Mai, and then a miscellaneous ops. And we ourselves lost. So we're actually not doing too bad. The war of attrition over Macon is just as bad for him as it is for us. And I hope that means lost pilots, which is good for us. So yeah. In fact, just real quick, that says 10 air-to-air, so this says 7, so we may have gotten a few more of those zeros than there. Anyway, not sure how to read that, but let's look at this. We only lost 5 pilots. 3 could come back. And last but not least, we think we sank the I-176. We also heard another sub sinking. I guess we'll find out at some point what sub that was. I mean, could it be this? We finally heard it sink. We predicted it sank, and it finally did, or this? I have no idea, but it'd be nice if it's one in addition to these. But yeah, we'll talk more about some of these things maybe at the end. Let's just jump right into the 27th. It is December 27th, 1942. And we just took another dot base. By the way, I noticed yesterday, as it were, in game, that we took Russell Island. Is that right? The islands up here. Not Rennell, obviously. I think Russ. Anyway, whatever. There's another dot base up here that we took in the area of Tulagi and Lunga. All right, 019 does a pretty solid hit here on a cargo ship. See if we can sink it. Not yet. Why are we running a... What is going on? I saw something by Rangoon that makes me a little uncomfortable. Okay, that might be that cargo ship we torpedoed. Kind of hoping we get to the air phase soon, because something about a surface threat up there by Rangoon. Also, it makes me wonder what's going on over here. Well, I mean, what do I have over here that's trying to avoid contact? I have some cargo ships shuttling supplies to Akyab and also Ramree Island, but What's in this area that would be scared right now? Anyway, distracting me, but our Corvette still isn't doing anything to chase away, what was that, the I-32? Okay. What is that? What is going on there? Oh, yeah. This is an escort task force. That's right. We have a damaged destroyer, I think, with due to a collision that we're just trying to get to one of the, I can't remember, maybe Calcutta. And being an escort task force, it's a little bit uncomfortable, probably sitting out here. There must be surface vessels or the threat thereof in the area, and so he's a little concerned. But that also concerns me because that might mean anytime we'll get bombarded here at Rangoon. I just need to get wherever my subs are. I need to, hopefully they activate. All right, we're gonna bomb here. We're doing some sweeps, and then we're capping our troops here. You can never be too careful with the potential for Tojos around. Clear sky. This should be a great day for this, but with 32 Blenheims and 4 Wellingtons, we do have minimal effect. Now these Vengeance dive bombers, hopefully they can hit something. Ooh. Oh. He has some flak there. I don't like that. See, they're coming in, they're diving from 15,000 when they release. By the time they release, they're taking some flak damage as they get lower. 8,000 feet may be okay, but so far, I guess we're not seeing. Let's see. Okay. I'm not seeing any damage per se. Also, we should be able to knock out their supply with this being cut off here, this route. Although they may have plenty of supply right now in their possession. Plus, I don't even know how much they stockpiled up here. All right. Buna was recovering a little bit too much. Again, one of the factors is he's going to build forts, and then another factor is, this is just keeping these ground troops honest. Another factor bombing is I want to disrupt and fatigue them. Wait, what was I saying? I don't even know. Oh, when I attacked there on the road between Pegu and Tungu, those troops showed, at least maybe part of those troops were out of supply. So it makes me wonder if the troops north of that and in Tungu are low or out of supply. However, with that flak damage, it makes me think, well, maybe I'm wrong. All right, we do hit a Jake here at Shortlands. It's fine. Yeah, one of the we're gonna do this again. I don't know how effectual it's gonna be. And then we'll also I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with a straight up attack, but maybe bombardment anyway. He's also moving troops from Tungu south. All right, this is crazy. We're just gonna get shredded here. All right, I'm gonna skip this and we'll. Okay. All right, he came in with 24. We only took out 8 of them. I mean, as far as chased them out, we're at this point. I'm just probably gonna have to stop capping here. But I do have P40s, some old P40s from the AVG, but also I think some P40Es stockpiling there in China. If not now, I think in January. Sometime in the near future. And this is thunderstorms, but we're still hitting the base a little bit. Man, he has port level, forts of 4 down there. That's crazy. All right, the banker is going to sink. There's no way around it. There we go. I should have diverted some land-based cap there just to shoot down some of those planes. Well, I'm more worried about my I want to save the battleship if I can. We're losing a lot of destroyed as we continue to unload here. A lot of destroyed devices. Okay, let's get into land combat here. All right. What? I can't even believe this. But we're effectively, our effectiveness is basically 0 at this point. All right, he's bombarding us. Look at that. His AV here, assault value is low. He's pulling out or pushing forward. I'm going to take a look at that. As we bombard here, let's see what he has, but he may be pulling back into Pegu. I don't think he's pushing this way. I think he's pulling this way. Yeah, he still just has the 2 divisions here. It's a bit too strong still for our taste, but we do have the 50th Tank Brigade in here and should have another brigade of infantry as well. I may do an attack. I don't know. One of the reasons not to is because the entrenchment here is probably strong. He's been sitting here for a bit. I don't know. Tulagi Port 3. That's going to be nice. Okay, I guess we'll talk about this and See what we can discover. All right, and as you know, this only shows the last day, so it doesn't show the last 2 days. But you know, I don't want to, especially if not much happens in the interim between two turns. Don't want to spend a lot of time on it. And so anyway, we know about this Thousand Ships Bay, which hasn't quite lived up to its name this campaign. I think there was a lot more ships sunk around Luganville, that area. But anyway, and continuing down here, Shortlands, okay. I doubt that, but anyway. Evie Wright. Okay. These Vengeance ones got trashed, and the ones that made it back, I guess, had some issues as well. Having issues with our Hurricanes, doing long range cap. But the cool thing is, we don't have to worry so much about our, let's see. We don't have to worry so much about our long range cap anymore. I'll talk about that when we get there. I'm talking about Burma right this second. Okay. Yeah, nothing stands out to me here. Probably can turn. Oh, no, actually, we're trying to get this Horn Island detachment. Trying to get some added. Not that we need to make it strong and reinforce it, but I kind of want to secure it a little bit more. Get some of these units over there that can plant engineers and fix it up a bit. Let's see. Yeah, some more issues with our Hurricane 2Cs. Okay, the O21 is ready to go back. This one was beat up enough it had to go all the way to Perth. Juno and Tulagi are up. Expanded, actually, is the word I was looking for. The 5th RAN Base Force. This is a unit that I actually was split up into 3 separate pieces covering the Eastern Australia. I just wanted to go ahead and, now that we've kind of secured Australia, and we don't really need air bases, well, major air bases there anyway, I went ahead and built it up into the 5th RAN Base Force, and now we can send it out into key positions, I guess. And we lost the Banker Dutch destroyer, and we gain a cargo ship. Yay. Alright, let's take a look here. We lost a lot more than I would have liked. These are all Chinese, but we also lost some. These are probably going to be Vengeance ones. We might have lost one. So really, it would have been closer to even if we didn't get destroyed over Xi'an. But he did lose a couple of Tojos in that operation, but only 2. And he lost a Nate. Anyway, you can see it, not much. One Jake on the ground. We saw that. 3 Vengeance 1s to Flak and 1 to Ops. We saw that on the operations report. And then we lost these P66s just do not match up against the Tojos. And then the P43 actually looks like it can hold its own. We only lost 1 of those. So we'll probably have to put these and maybe some P40s there. But I'll show you where I've got a stronger air presence, and we'll get to that. So we lost double what he lost, and how many pilots did we lose? 5 killed, possibly all Chinese, and then 2 wounded. And ship sunk. Last turn was the banker. And I don't know if we've learned anything else recently. But you can see here. All right. So this is the Hornet, which was damaged in the South Pacific. We're heading to Pearl. We're almost there. We can take it offline. It's going slow enough. I might drop it here and let it build up. Let it build up this damage here, because we're not using the full capacity. I don't know yet for sure, but we haven't gotten there, so we've got some time to think about it. And if I have to, I mean, I'll take both of these out of shipyard. Well, I guess it would just be the Oklahoma. I would take it out of shipyard just for that, just for the carrier. That's way more important than those old battleships. We've got a good amount of bombardment groups running around, I think. Okay, so we're getting enough supply that it's yellow instead of red, and we're working on expanding the port. I got already to 20+%. And I'm not worried about forts so much. I mean, it would take him a lot to knock us out of here if he counterattacked, because that's 300 AV. Although, if he did a concerted effort with massive battleship bombardment plus carrier attack. But we have a pretty strong presence here now with air units. And speaking of that, he didn't sweep Macon this turn. And no, I can't feed fighters here. See, I can get a lot more aircraft here now, and fly long range cap over this to bolster the fighters that are over on the CVE, or CVEs, I should say, plural. Also, I need to get a seaplane tender at Macon to extend to further extend our search radius. You can see the overlap here. That's because I want to increase my chance of detecting in these two arcs. Now I could technically, I don't need to look way over here, but I also don't want to be surprised with ships trying to sneak around. He's not I doubt he would go for these bases, but certainly he could send a carrier, thinking I'm only looking here, send a carrier around and hit Tarawa or something. I don't know. I don't foresee that happening, but look at all this overlapping coverage. Probably Tabatawea, could be leapfrogged up to Macon, and because we have pretty good coverage right in here. All this. By the way, look at this, but I'm going to skip ahead a bit. Look at all this. I kind of put extra. I put somebody here at Aoki and Tulagi, so we've got overlap here as well. But that's because his carriers could come here really any time, and this is probably the vector he would take is somewhere in here. That's what he did before. And if he comes from this way, we've got coverage from Nauru Island and Aoki. So I think we're okay here. But back to what I was looking at here. So I'll reinforce this air base with more aircraft and keep building this up. And like I said before, I think we're just going to have a defensive perimeter here. That might sound funny because we're somewhat on the attack here, but until I know where KB is or isn't, and I kind of want to reset where I'm at, because I'm not getting ahead of myself per se, but I have to start looking at my assets and shuffling them around. but assets including my carriers. And right now I'm heading to Sydney because I have a special operation for them. You've probably heard me talk about it, but for now I'll just say, yeah, I have a special operation for them. And it looks like we can expand what we're using, the bases, to either of these two. I'm talking about search planes, but I think we have pretty good search already. Now, if we could use something up here, that would be amazing. But right now, this is the most northern base we have, unless you count like this one here. But man, that's precarious. Anyway, so now that we're in the South Pacific, we've shifted from more central to south here, or what I call South Pacific theater. Um, so far, he has Tessafaronga, but that won't be for too much longer. I don't have any movements, but that's because I'm gonna just drop some troops and take it by sea. Just not. I'm working on getting my amphibious units finished here and here, basically in this little area, and then we'll group them up, drop off some troops here, and then we'll have all this area, and then we can plan the next phase. But once we take Guadalcanal and secure that, I'm going to pause this, the South Pacific as well, because again, carriers. Now, I say that, but as we build this and this up, the air bases for each, as we build the air bases up, I can have enough land-based air that we can still take some of these bases, Munda and maybe even Shortlands, or at least leapfrog once we take Munda, set up some aircraft, and then cover Shortlands and so forth. So maybe we can do that. I just have to make sure I have enough air assets, which I'm pretty sure I do. Got a lot of stuff based back here that I can just volt forward. We do have 48 air units here, although 12 of those are search planes. Okay, and the 36, I have 36 Marine fighters here. All right. Now, Port Moresby, Buna. Look, we're in Buna now. We can put everyone to combat mode, I believe. We can, let's just rebuild these. I kind of wanted to keep them separated as they move to minimize the effects of damaged elements, but also if in the strange likelihood he would bomb, he'd only hit some of these elements and not all. But we got in here safe and sound, no worries. Now, we don't have any artillery here, but each of these has a lot of artillery. I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to set everyone to bombard. For one, I don't... What does this have? I don't know. Why not, right? If this only has 3-inch mortars and only 4 of them, I'll probably turn that one off. And I'll go ahead and turn the Lark off as well. No need to just get the divisions in the action bombarding. I'll just do that actually for a minute. See if we can get some supplies in here. The supply line is terrible over this mountain. But maybe I don't know. But I'm going back and forth. Why not? If it only uses artillery, maybe it will. It won't. Maybe we'll be okay with supplies. Also, these have jungle guns. 8 of them here. This has no jungle guns. I'd like to get these 2-pounders to 6-pounders, but maybe we'll just say upgrade aloud. Get all these ready, and whoever wants to upgrade first, go for it. But look at that. We've got 6-pounders in this small unit. So that's cool. And all right, like I said, the Canadians get to have a hand in this fight. They're excited about the opportunity. All right. So yeah, we're in position here. We're gonna bombard, see what he has, see his AV assault value. He has 8 units here. I have no idea what his situation is, supply or fort. But we have damaged the air base and port in the past, minimizing his ability to build that fort up. Speaking of forts, this fort is pretty strong. So we're going to have to, we're still bombarding, and I think we're okay, fatigue and disruption. But man, the 30th Australian Brigade got beat up bad. And so we'll just have to give it a minute. Meanwhile, this amphibious task force is still offloading the 30th, and it looks like the full 41st is off. But this one wasn't hit that hard, so I probably won't. Well, yeah, I'm gonna divide it. We can get these support units back in shape, because if we can get support built up, it doesn't look like a lot, does it? But 4330, if we can get that repaired quickly, that'll help the whole hex, because we just don't have a lot of support. All right, I'm beating this to death, but yeah, we're getting in position. This guy is very slowly trying to occupy this. And once we do, this whole section, and actually that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for Sparrow Battalion to get into place, because once Sparrow Battalion gets here, then we can attack at our heart's content, and whatever happens, these guys will have to surrender both of these bases. So once Sparrow Battalion gets here, we're going to do a bombing campaign and probably bombard again, and then attack again and see how we do. All right. And then we have American Mountain Regiment heading toward Tarapo, and slowly but surely going to get here, and then here. We'll capture it that way. And yeah, we're dropping the Horn Island detachment. We got some engineers here, and we'll get this base back in shape. First, we got to repair this damage, and that'll be a project. And then yeah, we can get some aviation support in here and start using this base for all sorts of things. Probably what I'll do for now anyway is just use it for search. I may put another group here searching this way, something like that. Man, I belabored that way probably overly much. Yeah, not really much to talk about Darwin. However, I will say we got this anti-aircraft unit here, and now I'm going to strategic move it up to Darwin, because I have no flak here to speak of, and he could, I mean, I have fighters, but he could bomb it. But back when I started sending this anti-aircraft unit up here, he had bombed it recently, and also night bombing too. I have no flak for anti-night bombing. So here I am getting this flak coming up here. By the time we get up here, it's basically the air campaign he had going is basically over. But that's fine. We have some stuff back here that I could probably move forward again, but I'll probably leave it. We've got, I mean, I don't need stuff scattered about anymore. One of the reasons for like positions that I'm taking here, here, is to is as fallbacks, but this is pretty secure now. 572 salt strength. There's no way he can do an amphibious invasion that could take that on. Not at this stage in the war. All right. Again, rambling a little bit too much. All right. So I wanted to come here and talk about this. The situation is this carrier, Illustrious, is escorting this damaged battleship back. At some point I have to break off and go back and evacuate the Illustrious, and I'm not sure when to pull the trigger on that, because now we've gone a little bit beyond the land-based air that can protect the battleships. Man, I might have mismanaged that, because I could have gone up like this and got into Akyab's cover, and then, you know, I don't know. But the problem too is subs. Maybe I'll redirect and then I'll send Illustrious. So I'll think about this. But the point is, this battleship group is only going 1 hex per day, and he's got a carrier group coming. Although it may be low on fuel, unless he has some refueling spots here or here, or somewhere. In a case, he's lurking, and I don't know how close he is going to get to my stuff. But anyway, there's nothing I just don't know. If I go here, that's 1 hex. That's still out of the range of that, and out of the range of that. So I kind of have to go back 1, and then work my way up like this. Well, not necessarily like all the way this close, but then once I get here, I can probably work like this, you know. Okay, so that's what I do. Instead of going backward 1, maybe I just go northeast. That'll still be out of range, but it's still moving also away from him here. And then once I go 1 more hex and Akyab can cover it, then Illustrious can go back. And then I'll stay in this cover, maybe as far as this, and then I don't know. This is kind of high. Also, I'm starting to get close to the subs he likes to put up here. And then once I get maybe to 49, 44, start heading this way, and maybe just stop at Trincomalee for a bit. Oh, I don't know, because these could be pier side repaired here and then brought around after some repairs. Although maybe I take it to Calcutta. Maybe that's what I do. Yeah. I've got some thinking to do, but we'll take care of it. Oh, I don't think it can go to Calcutta because the battleships can't get through that river. So yeah, never mind. All right, but we have an interesting development here. Basically, all of our stuff is either here or almost here. Like these troops here are basically. I'll just flip them all to combat. I could have, and I'm going to also rebuild, so they'll slide in 322 assault strength. That seems kind of weak. Yeah, we're missing some elements here. I don't know. All right, but we have some AV for sure. Sliding into here. I've switched these two to combat because they're so close. Oh, crap. Well, yeah, that's bad. That took away the distance. So never mind. I'm just gonna have to reload that, but because that was certainly not intended. But anyway, they were almost there, and they will get in there. This armored brigade as well will slide in combat formation, and whether he attacks us or not, we should be okay. Plus, we're bombing him, and we'll bomb him again. All right. Bombarding here. These troops should be having supply difficulties. We're keeping our eye on, and it looks like he's got extra troops here. We're keeping our eye on Chiang Mai, and I don't see any more air units here, or here. Or here. Wow. He's cleared out. We have air supremacy here. So I don't need as much sweeping as I thought. Although he could put fighters here and certainly long range cap. So I'm going to keep sweeping and doing things just in case. All right. Man. Okay, really, there's nothing more to talk about, but I will say this, as I say that, I will say this, I've got some stuff happening to kind of knock out these two hex sides, and then hopefully, too, we can, we already own, like, these three hex sides of this. Technically, he can't get supplies in through these three, is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, that should take care of that. And then I don't know. We're gonna open up this X side, so that's good in case he comes up from behind. We should be okay there. Yeah, plus if I have to, I'll just do like a massive attack against this hex. But we do have to keep our eye open for this, if that could become a problem. To get all of our eggs in this basket, and then he knocks through here with some tanks or something. He does. It looks like he probably has some tanks that he could shoot up this road. It would take him maybe 3 days, and I think this would take longer than that to get into this hex. But I saw a movement indicator this way, and it disappeared, and it shows 2 units here. I think we could do an attack here, but I can't without these reinforcements anyway. But we'll keep our bombing campaign. It is jungle, so it's not ideal, but yeah, we should be able to do something there. And again, who knows? He might be low on supply. That's always a good thing. Okay, and then what I was talking about, air support. I've moved some fighters here, these P-40s, essentially. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit this, not yet, but we're going to hit it. And I needed some fighter support in the area. And so can they even make it? Yeah, they're fine. So what I'm going to do, and so I brought them here instead of Sion, so that's a problem. But let's just pick these guys. P40Es. We do have 8 and we'll keep making these guys, and slowly, but we can upgrade and actually handle, hopefully try to handle those Tojos. But we're pulling the trigger, and I'm gonna check on this. How fast? Oh, I picked the only one. Wait, what? All right, why don't I just say set all the march? I don't know what's going on. Oh, those guys just arrived, and I just happened to pick them. All right. So they're already on the way, and they're a third of the way there, although it'll take 4 days to get here. This will only take 2, so I think in 1 day, I don't know if that's wrong, but I think in 1 day I'm going to push into this X. Okay, let me look at this. Okay, so here's what I strategized. I'm going to move into this X and stop. There's no pip indicating I'm going this way. So once I get here, they'll stop. Then I'll trigger this attack, this move, and he won't have seen it coming, right? Now when he moves around the map on his turn, when I trigger that, he might see that we're moving. How much he may or may not know, although he'll probably start reconning it. But a day before I start moving this way, I'm going to move this way because I want to tie him down here. If he retreats, that's fine, but he's going to have to retreat in combat mode, not in move mode. I mean, technically he could do move, but that would be kind of chancy, and I can start bombarding him. But I want him to move slowly if he's going to retreat. He may retreat this way to use the major roads. He may retreat this way, but either way it'll be slow. And my goal is to smash this and move up the faster roads, hit this, and then cross the river. And I want to do all that and take this hex before he can retreat these troops back to here. Because if he retreats these troops back to here and we cross, that's 2 divisions, provided he hasn't shuffled them. It's 2 divisions that even 3,000 Chinese AV crossing the river, attacking here it might be dangerous. So, because I don't know what he has here right now. The garrison level is 20 and 100 here, so he may have a pretty strong division or regiment or brigade here already. We're going to get worn down fighting this and this, and then if he pops 2 divisions here, this is clear, but this is swamp. If he plops 2 divisions here and he has AV enough to garrison that, it could also be engineers building up forts, and we cross into that with 2 divisions, we'd get wrecked. 2 experienced Japanese divisions. So we have to be very fast and careful and tie down these divisions. He could pull these guys out, but they're going to move slow to get out of this swamp. I believe that's what that is. No, it's just woods. So, but he has no major roads. He'll have to get out of there. Okay, there is some road. It's slow. But then he could get 1 division, but at least not 2. But once he gets away from these Chinese, he can run. But we'll chase him too, and that's the other threat. Now we can come in behind him and take Wuchang, which also has a garrison level. So there's probably a division sitting there as well. I think it's going to be pretty interesting. But this is clear, which is a bad place to park a blocker, but it's clear, and we'll bomb. Although here is no better, we'll bomb it. Once we get this pip showing our movement, we'll give once we're about a day away, we'll bomb and then get in there, bomb again, and attack. Now he may bring his Tojos down from up there and cover this, but yeah, we've got 3 squadrons of fighters, and 2 bombers. And I may bring down more bombers, although I think we have our limit here. Yeah, aviation support limit. But yeah, I think it's going to be, hopefully we can capture some supplies as well, and then push out and, to this river line. And who knows, maybe just have a decent garrison here across that river, and then march down and push toward Hangzhou or something. Might be interesting. All right, I've rambled on way too much. This is going to be an extra long video. I apologize for those who are still on with me. Thanks for hanging in there. It's getting good in my opinion, or I have good ideas anyway. We'll see if they come to fruition. Will they survive contact with the enemy? Thanks. Take care, everyone. Bye.